What's going on, everyone? I'm just an average, typical American here today to react and learn about 30 bizarre Canadian facts. And this video is actually facts that even locals don't know. Canada! Canada, are you bizarre? Why are you so bizarre? I want to find out. 30 plus reasons why Canada is bizarre, and locals don't know. Even locals don't know. That's throwing me off a little. So Canadians, you are bizarre, but you don't even know why. I'm sure the exact same applies to Americans, and definitely me. Actually, maybe I probably do know why I am bizarre. At least I'm self-aware of it. Does that help? I don't know. Anyway, Canadians, you are about to become self-aware of your bizarreness, or maybe you already know, because I'm ready to listen to 30 bizarre Canadian facts. Okay.
You know, it seems like almost every country in the world has at least one law that baffles foreigners to no end, and Canada is no exception.
Oh, some of these are laws, like laws that are maybe old and shouldn't be in place, or America has stuff like this. Okay, I get it.
Did you just say I can't fill my bathtub with more than 3.5 inches of water when taking a bath? Yep, that's Canada.
What?
But wait, there's more to come.
Oh no.
On the Canadian island Newfoundland, a cow can't be your pet, even if you've been dreaming of it your whole life. So while it's not illegal to own a cow, keeping it in your home is a strict no-no.
I mean, a few things about this. Why do you want a cow to be your pet? Okay, maybe a cow could be lovable. Maybe. If you owned a cow, you could just say it's not your pet and then just love the cow like a pet dog if you really felt like it. I feel like there's some loopholes here, but okay. Not expecting this. Although some Americans do have pet pigs and chickens. So, can I really judge? No.
In Sudbury, Ontario, you can't attach sirens to your bike. Otherwise, you'll have to pay a fine of a whopping $5,000.
Okay.
At the same time, horns and bells are perfectly okay.
Oh, just not a siren. Okay.
So, does that mean that there used to be people with sirens on their bikes? In the town of Souris on Prince Edward Island, there's a law that prohibits you from building a snowman that's taller than 30 inches.
These are all in really, really specific parts of Canada, by the way.
Well, I see their point.
And why does this part hate big snowmen? Hold on.
A snowman that's taller than 30 inches.
You can't build a snowman taller than 30 inches. I mean, that's like 10 inches. So like this. Hold on. Oh, I can do this. Oh, this needs to go. Wait, I don't know how 3D works. Like that big. I can't. Oh, I gotta rotate this around and go up. Okay, everything's reversed for me. Ah, okay. No snowmen like bigger than that. What the heck? That's kind of boring.
Well, I see their point. Big snowmen are spooky. In Etobicoke, Ontario, people seem to be a little too worried about bathtub safety. Thus, according to the local law, you can't enjoy more than 3.5 inches of water in your bathtub.
How is it even a bath at that point? I'm sorry, but I'm all for saving water and stuff, but this is for safety? Like, I don't know. Americans would riot and protest if our baths were only 3.5 inches. That's not even a bath. My foot would be bathed.
How do they enforce that? Do they break into your bathroom and measure it? If you ever visit the Canadian province of Alberta, do not paint a wooden ladder. It's against the law.
What?
And in the town of Oshawa in Ontario, you can't climb a tree. Otherwise, you'll have big problems with the authorities.
Oh, no. Tree climbing is like a rite of passage for a young American. To stupidly climb a tree irresponsibly, not tell their parents they're doing it, and then if you're me, to have a branch break, fall down, break your wrist, and not ever tell anyone. But I'm getting a little specific here.
Also, you can't hang swings or a hammock on a tree's branch.
What?
Victoria, British Columbia, has an inexplicable rule of its own. Here, street entertainers aren't allowed to give children animals made of balloons.
What?
Well, that one makes sense.
Why does that make sense?
In Canada,
What? Can't give children balloons in the shape of animals? Is it like a danger, like they're going to choke on the balloon? Reminds me of how they stopped giving away small McDonald's toys because children would choke on it or something. Actually, that's very sad. So, all right, no balloons.
children animals made of balloons. Well, that one makes sense.
Okay.
In Canada, the city of Fredericton, you can't leave home while wearing your pet snake on your neck or holding your pet lizard in your hands. If you want to take your snake or any other reptile for a walk, be so kind as to put it in a glass container.
Take your... What? Are we trolling here? Taking your snake for a walk?
Now,
In a glass container? Your lizard? Who are all these Canadians with pet snakes and lizards? This is starting to scare me. I don't know. Canada, I don't know. I don't feel so safe anymore if you all have pet snakes that you're taking for walks with your animal balloons, choking people. No, okay. I need to reel it in. All right. By the way, I understand why no Canadians have heard of any of these facts either. They're all in extremely obscure individual places, so if you're from there, you might know.
Now, are you going to the supermarket with the hope of getting rid of some change? Hold your horses, or keep them outside. In Canada, there are limits as to how many coins you can use while paying for stuff.
What? This is actually like a joke that's in a lot of American sitcoms and stuff. If like a cheap joke, showing up to the supermarket, like paying with all pennies, is like a prank where you have like hundreds of coins. So it's certainly not illegal in America. Probably should be, if we're being honest.
In particular, you can pay up to $25 in loonies, which are Canadian $1 coins,
I was about to say, what the heck is a loony?
$5 in nickels, and only 25 cents in pennies.
Huh.
If you decide to work as a cab driver in Halifax, never, do you hear me, never wear a t-shirt and a pair of shorts while inside the car.
Oh,
The thing
okay.
is that all the cab drivers in Nova Scotia's capital must wear some sort of uniform, a shirt with a collar and long sleeves and ankle-length pants. If it gets too hot, all you're allowed is a pair of dress shorts that covers your knees.
Wow, this seems like some kind of formal, based on tradition thing.
So there.
I would tip my cab driver more, I guess, if he was all spiffy, all dressed up. I'd be like, oh, just for me? Thank you. And then he'd be like, no, it's because I'll be arrested if I don't. And I'll be like, oh, you shouldn't have told me that.
If you decide to paint a garage door in Canada, which is one of the largest suburbs of Ottawa,
What?
use any color but purple. Try this color and you'll be fine.
Oh, of course.
Now, once it was illegal to throw snowballs in Esquimalt, British Columbia.
What?
However, nowadays, you can start a snow fight there without looking over your shoulder all the time.
Yes.
Could it be
Woohoo!
that the police just got fed up with arresting kids? Now, be
There's no way they arrested anyone in real life over this law. I feel like for most of these laws, even if they exist as laws, what kind are you really arresting people over this stuff if they break it? Maybe. I don't know.
Be careful if you're a teenager wearing lace-up shoes on Main Street in Fort Qu'Appelle in Saskatchewan.
Okay.
There, teens can't have untied shoes. Otherwise, they or their parents will have to pay a fine.
It's like a style now, I think. I'm not very with it. No. It's it's like a style for a lot of kids and people to wear cool shoes and leave them untied as they never tie their shoe. It's like a look or something. It's a cool style. But I'm not cool, so I tie my shoes.
Now, one Canadian law that dates back to the 1940s declares it's illegal to own, print, or sell comics that mention any criminal act.
What? That's like the basis. That's the basis of all superhero comics, is that people commit crime and get taken care of.
Well, doesn't that mean that literally all superhero comic books were prohibited in Canada?
Yeah.
If you live in the town of London, Ontario, make sure that you take good care of your lawn. Once the grass grows 8 inches tall, immediately mow the lawn. Otherwise, the city authorities will come and mow it for you. But then
Wait, they'll mow it for you?
you'll have to spend a fortune paying the bill they'll send you.
Oh, I thought this was an exploit. Like you could. I thought this was a cheat code. You could just not mow your lawn, and the city will get so angry they'll show up and mow it and be like, "Darn you! I'm mowing your lawn," and you're like, "Oh, please don't." but you really want them to. Oh, but you gotta pay. But I bet a lot of Americans actually wish that this was a law. Seriously, Americans are obsessed with mowing their lawns, looking to look good. It's the pride of our houses. So they hate it when your neighbors don't mow their lawn, even because they think it looks bad on your neighborhood, and on if they're next door to you, you're like, oh, they're. So Americans probably wish this was actually a law.
Mow it for you. But then you'll have to spend a fortune paying the bill they'll send you. Okay, how about this one? In Ottawa, it's illegal to eat ice cream on Bank Street on Sundays. Yep, any other day of the
Okay, I thought it was just going to be illegal to eat ice cream. If it's a very specific scenario, then I can probably avoid it.
week or any other street, and you're good to enjoy your cold treat.
Yeah.
But Bank Street on a Sunday? Careful.
Wow, this just makes me want to go to Bank Street on a Sunday with a giant ice cream cone and obnoxiously big ice cream. That's what it makes. Canadians, does this make you just want to break the rules too?
You're breaking the law. In Vancouver from 1947 to 1986, you weren't allowed to sell stoves within city limits on Wednesdays.
What?
Just, don't ask, okay?
Yeah.
Don't
I don't
try
know.
to impress your friends while performing bike tricks in Ottawa. Taking your feet off the pedals while you're riding a bike is prohibited by law.
Oh. I guess if you're trying to stop route those rowdy kids from doing their bike tricks, just a no feet off the pedals rule makes sense. It's just extremely not fun.
While you're riding a bike is prohibited by law.
Wow.
Okay, the next rule was probably created especially for Santa Claus. In Ontario, you can't drive your sleigh along the highway without a minimum of 2 bells attached to the harness of the horse.
What?
Fact 1.
When was this law written? It wasn't written for Santa, or maybe it was. But it was written for like the 1600s when people were riding around in sleighs, I guess.
Minimum of 2 bells attached to the harness of the horse.
I'm glad they were so concerned about safety even then. I don't know when exactly, but they just wanted your sleigh to make noise. It's actually kind of interesting, like ancient car sleigh safety rules, huh?
Fact 1. Pennies aren't used in Canada anymore. Fact 2.
Really? I feel like America wanted to do that. Get rid of pennies, stop the production of pennies. It made a bunch of people so sad that I feel like they never ended up doing it. But like a penny isn't worth the copper that it's made from. It was getting to that point or something. I don't know, but good for Canada. Good for Canada for actually taking the leap and saving some precious metals.
Horse. Fact 1. Pennies aren't used in Canada anymore. Fact 2. If you deface one, your actions will still be considered a crime. So, no scratching, drilling holes, or leaving them on a railway track to be flattened by a train.
This is kind of funny because in America that's a law as well, but people make like art out of coins and they turn coins into rings. So I don't know if what the rules are exactly.
Got that? In Charlottetown on Prince Edward Island, you can't ring anyone's doorbell or knock at other people's doors as a joke. It's prohibited by law.
I want to live here. Yes, please. No one ding dong ditching me. No one ringing. Do Canadians have ding dong ditch where you ring their doorbell and run away as a prank. But here it's illegal. Yes,
Or
please.
knock at other people's doors as a joke.
Sign me
It's
up.
prohibited by law.
Okay.
Make sure not to remove a Band-Aid in a public place in Canada. There's a law prohibiting it. You
What? What? How is this enforced? Has this ever been actually anyone been arrested for this? This is true in all of Canada?
not to remove a band joke. It's prohibited by law.
Yeah.
Make sure not to remove a Band-Aid in a public place in Canada.
In a public place.
There's a law prohibiting it. You
What?
scab you.
I mean, is it a health concern? Is that what we're saying? I guess. It's 99.9% of the time not going to be anything. Huh. I don't know how I feel about that.
In Wawa, Ontario, avoid public displays of affection on Sundays.
What?
It's illegal.
Okay.
Admittedly, you can interpret PDA in different ways,
Yeah.
but just in case, no kissing or cuddling on Sunday. In
Wow.
Uxbridge, Ontario, you probably won't be able
Okay.
to watch your favorite movie on Netflix. The problem is the internet speed. According to local
Oh.
law, it can't be faster than 56K. A bit faster and you're an offender.
I don't know anything about internet speed, but I would be annoyed if if I lived in a town that had a limit. There can definitely be no pro gamers in this town because you need really good internet.
It can't be faster
And if you're just me and want fast internet.
than 56K. A bit faster and you're an offender. For comparison, we used to have that internet speed in the 1990s, in the era of dial-up modems.
What? Wait. They have the internet speed of computers 30 years old? Is this true?
Avoid scaring the Queen in Canada, otherwise you'll get arrested.
That's kind of sad. All respect and admiration and all of that to the Queen, who just passed away. At the filming of this video, that only happened, earlier this week. So it's actually a bit sad. But also, she is definitely remembered and mourned. Okay. Moving on to more fun things.
Oh, sorry, Your Majesty. There is a point in the Criminal Code of Canada where it is illegal to offend a place with a bad smell. Probably no finger pulling there. According
Wait, you can't fart? Where?
is a point in the Criminal Code of Canada where it is
In Canada? In all of Canada, you can't fart or
illegal.
offend a place with a bad smell. I'm speechless. This now I feel like I'm acting like this affects me a lot, and everyone watching is just thinking, "Oh, what's he getting so upset about? Does he fart all the time? Is he gonna get arrested? Is that why I'm so worried?" No, I think farts are funny sometimes, and you probably shouldn't be arrested just for offending a place with a smell. Okay. I'm deflecting.
To offend a place with a bad smell. Probably no finger pulling there. According to Canadian laws, not less than 35% of all the content broadcasted on the radio must be of Canadian origin. However, it's only true from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., Monday to Friday.
Oh, wow. This is like one of the most interesting ones here. Because Americans kind of have a luxury where a lot of popular music is made by Americans. Although I do acknowledge Justin Bieber as Canadian. And Drake, right? Huh. Yeah, there's a lot of good Canadian artists, actually. I'm sure many more that I don't know of. I should look into that, actually. Huh. Anyway, it makes sense now. Because America doesn't have this problem, really. But Canada wants to play at least 30% Canadian music. That's cool, actually.
5% of all the... According to Canadian laws, not less than 35% of all the content broadcasted on the radio must be of Canadian origin.
Wow.
However, it's only true from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., Monday to Friday.
That's cool that they're like promoting Canadian artists and all that.
Now, don't pretend to be a person you aren't in Quebec.
Oh.
In particular, avoid impersonating a foreigner. It's illegal and is punished with a fine. Until 1990.
Don't impersonate a foreigner. I laugh because this applies, like, I would be a foreigner, right? Technically, as an American. So what if, like, I'm not that different than a Canadian, right? Come on. So would they think I'm, like, impersonating someone? Or that's just funny to think about. Like someone impersonating. Okay.
Foreigner.
I wonder why. I wonder what the origin of this law is. Something must have happened where someone was impersonating for personal gain, and it messed a bunch of stuff up.
It's illegal and is punished with a fine.
Okay.
Until 1995 in Ontario, it was prohibited to sell yellow-colored margarine. Was there a rational explanation? But of course, by keeping margarine white, producers tried to make this product look less appealing to people. Therefore, consumers were supposed to buy the prettier sun-colored butter.
Wow. I think almost all butter in America, margarine, is yellow. Some is white. Which one was illegal?
By colored margarine. 1995 in Ontario, it was prohibited to sell yellow-colored.
Prohibited to sell the yellow color. Huh, that's like all we have.
Therefore, consumers were supposed to buy the prettier sun-colored butter. You can't challenge people to a duel or accept an invitation to one in Canada. If only Alexander Hamilton had known about this.
Oh, you can't challenge people to a duel? Come on. Some things should remain in the old ways, you know? Some things have to be settled with a good old-fashioned duel, you know? I don't know if there's a law about this or not in America. I bet there's something to do with cowboys. Cowboys in America had duels where you'd, like, have a showdown. You'd go back to back, walk 10 paces, turn around, and each cowboy would try to draw their revolver and shoot the other guy first. So I think that's illegal in America now. Huh, it's kind of like that. Okay.
When you visit Calgary, Alberta, never ever buy, or sell for that matter, non-prescription contact lenses when at a costume shop. It's prohibited by law.
All right.
If you buy a house in Beaconsfield, Quebec, don't even try to paint it more than 2 colors. Otherwise, guess what? Right, you'll be fined.
What? They're silencing personal expression here. Come on.
More than 2 colors.
More than 2 colors?
Otherwise, guess what?
Wait. More than 2. So you can do 2? I could make it work. Two color scheme. Okay, it's a little better.
Right, you'll be fined. Your house can be bright, but only 1 or 2 colors max.
Okay.
In
Still
St.
weird.
Paul, Alberta, it's illegal for kids younger than 15 to be in public places without a parent or guardian from 12:01 a.m. until 6 a.m.
What?
Well, at least you don't have to worry about your little ones sneaking out at night.
I mean, if you're 15, 14, you're in high school in America. And you're pretty with it. I mean, relatively speaking. I kept getting more intelligent and mentally evolving. Oh God, high school, that through your 20s. It's only very recently where I even feel like, well, I look back and I'm like, God, I was dumb. Even when at the time I thought I was smart, which is what a 14-year-old would be like, except infinitely so. No offense to you 14-year-olds out there, but it is what it is. Anyway, I'm fighting for you, though. I'm saying you should be allowed out without a guardian, as long as you're not causing mischief. I could really eat my words if the teenagers came after me after I struck down this law.
It's illegal to use bad words in the public parks of Toronto. Enough said.
It shouldn't be illegal, should it? I'm okay with this one. Why are you out in the public parks cursing? Using bad language in the public park? In America, I think that's just my American predisposition. Because in America, we're very, pro freedom of all speech. I don't care if it offends you. I don't care if it misinforms you. All speech should be allowed. I don't know how much of that is translatable to Canadians and their philosophy on all that. So my gut instinct as an American was like, well, if you want to run around in a park crazy and yell profanity, that should be legal, just very bad and condemned. And if people want to slap you and say stop, they should be able to. But it shouldn't be like government enforced that you can't. But I don't know. I'm actually willing to allow some leeway on this. Agree that you shouldn't. Maybe it should just be straight up illegal. To it's not. You're in a public place. Do all that at home, people.
Montreal, you can't drive a car with a for sale sign on it.
Huh?
If you want to inform the world about your intentions, stop first, put the sign in the window next.
Huh.
Canadian federal aviation law prohibits you from leaving or entering the plane during flight. Luckily, there is one exception. If you want to make a parachute jump, you can, but only if the pilot allows you to do so.
When else would you be exiting or leaving or entering the plane during flight? Unless you're skydiving. If you're trying to exit the plane during flight without the pilot's permission, you have much bigger problems. Like the plane is on fire or something. You have really big problems if this being arrested is the least of your concern.
As for the impossibility of entering the plane mid-flight, well, I think you should try it anyways. Now, think twice before stiffing a hotel in Ontario. According to the local law, the hotel has every right to sell your horse to return the lost money. In Canada, it used to be illegal for non-dark soft drinks to contain caffeine. However, several years ago, things changed, and now you can have your daily portion of caffeine in your grape or orange soda.
Illegal for non-dark soda to have caffeine? So they only wanted dark sodas to have caffeine? What, so it was really identifiable? Because caffeine is a drug, technically. A drug I'm addicted to. No, I do have coffee every morning. Coffee is dark. It would have abided by this law. I don't know. But apparently it's changed now, so that's probably the way it should be. If you want caffeine in your lemonade, it's fine.
And still, the level of caffeine in these drinks is lower than, let's say, in cola. Several Canadian communities once banned clotheslines because they simply didn't like how they looked. However, recently...
This is what I'm talking about with mowing your lawn. Communities in America would love it if you had to mow your lawn, because it's like this. It's based on appearances. These Canadians didn't like clotheslines. I get it.
Most provincial authorities have lifted this ban. Oh, thank goodness.
I think clotheslines are kind of fun, because they're like old school. Like, if you're using a clothesline to dry your clothing, I'd be like, walking by and be like, wow, that's cool. That's like very hip, very quaint, if you will.
Visit Oak Bay, British Columbia with your talking parrot. Make sure that it doesn't talk too loudly. Otherwise, you'll have to pay a $100 fine.
Okay.
I don't care what Polly wants. Shut up.
Right.
In Alberta,
You're just shoving a rag down your parrot's throat, like, shut up! You're gonna cost me $100.
try to resist the temptation to set someone's wooden leg on fire. Now, I don't know why you would want to do this, but remember that it's prohibited by a particular law.
This should be prohibited. Hopefully this has never happened. People should not be setting people's wooden legs on fire.
And no, we're not kidding. Now, which Canadian law impressed you the most? Let me know down in the comments.
That's it. Which one impressed me the most? The one about grass, because I liked it. I want it to be in America. That was by Brightside. I liked that. I liked it a lot. Very nice. Wow. That was enjoyable. Those were, that wasn't exactly what I was expecting when it said 30 plus bizarre Canadian facts. That, although locals of Canadians probably didn't know those facts because they're ultra specific, but were they facts or were they super obscure, funny laws? I'm okay with that, actually. That makes for kind of a much worse title, doesn't it? Not as fun. Not something you're gonna click as much as Bizarre Facts. Uh, I can't complain either. I think I'm gonna use that as a title. Haha! Gotcha! No. I did enjoy this video regardless. Although I feel like 99% of these laws, hopefully, have never been actually had to be enforced, or else people got problems in Canada. There's some crazy stuff going on if people are handing out animal balloons to children. And what else was there? I'm gonna click on a random one.
Wear a t-shirt and a pair of shorts.
And taxi drivers can't wear a t-shirt and shorts. They have to sweat in their cars. It's madness. Anyway, I enjoyed this. I very much did. And if you enjoyed this video, how do you like that for a transition? Feel free to leave a comment or leave a like. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Canada, Canadian culture, things I've never seen or experienced, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.